Here's Cannabis, brought to you by HP, where we talk about the business of marijuana. There's a new player in the marijuana space that's looking to better capture the benefits of cannabis strains through a new manufacturing process. Harvest Direct Enterprise developed what they call LACY. It's a patent-pending process to essentially transform a cannabis strain into a pill, inhaler, or a topical product. So we're now joined by the company's co-founders and brothers, Zeyead Gharib and Ahmed Gharib. Great to have both of you guys on here.
Thank you guys for having us.
Let's start with you, Zeyead. What do you have to talk about? Tell us about the manufacturing process in all of this. How do you guys make this?
Sure. So LACY is essentially a manufacturing device that we use to perform the decarb or the activation step whenever making cannabis edibles or other non-smoked cannabis products. So it allows us to perform that step with no shift in profile. And that means we can capture the entire strain and all of its effects in a pill or an inhaler or a topical.
Why would you say that the manufacturing process as is right now needs to change?
Right, so currently everyone is using heat to just do their activation and their infusion. But the problem with heat is it's kind of like using a nuclear bomb where an assassin is needed. There's only one reaction that we're looking to facilitate, and using heat causes a lot of degradation, and it ruins the strain that you started with. So if you start with Blue Dream and activate it using heat, by the time you're done, it's no longer Blue Dream, and it no longer has those specific medical effects. And that's where our company steps in.
Right, especially since we don't even know any research of if vaping is good for people or bad for people. There's still no research to back any of that information up. So let's talk about the fact that the manufacturing process, you guys are still looking to get a patent on a lot of this.
Yes.
What's the timeline that you guys are looking to get this kind of completed?
So we're looking to have the patent accepted by the end of this year. So we're actually in the phase right now where we're doing the rebuttals with the patent examiner, and it's going really, really well.
Great.
Really, really well.
And then when we get to the overall production at a mass scale, what's the next step? Is this something that you plan to sell out to some of the licensing to use the technology in this particular manufacturing to some other big firms out there?
Yes, so that's actually what makes us unique, is that we're focusing on the intellectual property development and then selling LACY itself and then also getting royalties from it. So any products that this system produces, we would be getting a profit sharing from that.
Well, like who would benefit from a LACY right now?
So essentially patients. Okay. So it's great for the rec market, and everyone likes to get stoned and get high. But for patients, this really is the only alternative when looking to capture those specific medical qualities in a pill or an inhaler. And it's something that's never been done before.
What prompted you guys to want to get into this?
Well, first of all, we both went to University of Pittsburgh, and there was a time when there was like a drought on campus. There was no good weed on campus.
Right.
So we were making our own brownies, and it was a terrible experience. Brownies taste really bad. So we decided to put the oil itself into a pill, and from there it evolved into writing a patent and to move into Washington, and to just going through this entire process.
Now, can you cook with something like this? Like just put the pill inside something you're trying to make into an edible?
Yes.
Is the main idea behind this just using it as you would like a normal pill, just to swallow it? How can you use this?
So you could do either or. We prefer to put it in a pill. That way you don't taste the cannabis, which focus grouping shows one of the biggest problems is dosing and the taste of cannabis.
Right. So this way you're always getting a proper dose every single time.
Right. Exactly. And it's in a form that doctors and pharmacists feel comfortable prescribing. In fact, all of our current investors are doctors, pharmacists, and chemists. So yeah, they definitely understand the product.
And so let's stay on the investor side a little bit longer too. What are some of those conversations like when you are going out to firms and trying to secure more capital to put back into the business?
I mean, it honestly depends on the investor. The more business savvy people understand that a royalty play and a tech play is huge, but there are also people whose eyes glaze over if you're not pitching to them a retail shop or a grow. So that's also something that's kind of been challenging. But once again, it helps us weed out the investors who know tech and the ones who don't.
Well, I think you guys are really on to something. Where can you get these in particular states where it's legal right now? Where can people buy this?
So currently we're raising money to be able to build the production scale versions, and as soon as we have those, we're going to be selling them to the top 10 processors in each state.
Okay.
And that's the plan currently.
Really cool stuff. That's Zeyead Gharib and Ahmed Gharib, co-founders, brothers of Harvest Direct Enterprise. Great to have both you guys on. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.